All right. A bit earlier stream than I wanted to do, but it's a situation here. It's a situation here overall. Gonna get this music going as well. What's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to the stream, the JoJo Friday stream. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Sorry, like I said, kind of random. In terms of the stream today, like I said, like I didn't expect to do the stream this early, but that's the stream. It's here this early, so I got some stuff here. I think I'm good. Okay, here we go. So yeah, Dior's busy. I think Dior's Dior's busy, man. He's got some stuff that he's doing. So like, we doing this stream here. Let's go. Shout outs to everybody though. Appreciate you guys all coming through. My man Justin with the $3 Fergus.
I was thinking something nice to add to game chat would be a busy, online, and offline setting so people would know if you're available to talk or not.
Yeah.
Also, can I get 8 a.m. from Animal Crossing New Horizons?
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good for sure. That'd definitely be a good thing if they were able to add that. And let me get your Animal Crossing music too. Thank you for the $3 dono, Justin. Shout outs. You are now the stream of the stream. Hulk Hogan. Let's go. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. All right. And let me get this going here. You said Animal Crossing New Horizons music. Oh no, you said you want 8 a.m. 8 a.m. 8 a.m. 8 a.m. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Justin. Thank you for the $3 dono. Anybody that's there, you can type or pass it, my man Justin on the board. Yeah, earlier stream just because I got some stuff that I got to do tonight, guys. We had a new video that went up as well today. So if you haven't seen that new video, there's also that content for you. Always dropping new videos whenever we can, of course. Let me get some more shout outs here, though. What's up, Lando? Yo, my man Lando. What's good, baby? Good to see you here, like always. Jeff Shadow. What's up, Jeff? Daniel C is here. You guys give some love to the almighty Daniel C. Good to see you here, brother. Shout outs. I think it's Iv Treyes says, hi, I'm Abel. Think I'm new here. Hey, what's up, Abel? Welcome to the stream. Drovolt. What's up, Drovolt? Welcome, brother. Figure Drawing says, where is Dior? I know where is Dior. King Tree Freak. What's up, the Tree Freak? Big love. General Zamora. What's up, General Z? Hey, shout outs. Hope we get in direct first week of February. First week of February would be good. I think that would be the best time period for the direct. Like, we just get it in the same week as the investor meeting, and then I'll be like a week or so before Mario Tennis Fever. So I think that would be really good. I think that would be ideal if they were able to do that, you know? That would be ideal. What's up, Andres? What's up, Andres? What's up, the Great Wall? Sonic 101. What up, Sonic 101? Lando. Joey M Gamer was good. Dane, what's up, Dane? Welcome. Yes, Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate. It's a good port, solid port. The only issue is, like I said, the 30 FPS, but outside of that, it's pretty solid. Welcome, though. Welcome. January 25th Nintendo Direct is going to delay February or even March Direct. We don't have a January 25th Nintendo Direct, or unless you mean like the Mario movie Direct. No, that's not going to delay anything because that's a whole separate thing. So no, it wouldn't delay a Mario movie Direct. Doesn't have anything to do with video games, so why would it delay it? Let's see here. J2 Blue, what's up, J2 Blue? Welcome. So saw one comment from yesterday's stream. OmniArch made a video claiming Switch was no longer fastest selling console, but then he deleted it. He made a video yesterday to claim Switch was no longer fastest selling console, but then he deleted it. Saw one comment from yesterday's stream that said, okay, yeah. Like I said, OmniArch he's a YouTube grifter. He's a Nintendo Switch 2 grifter, so he's probably not gonna make any videos on anything positive when it comes to Nintendo news or content. He's barely a gamer, to be honest. Like, after my conversation with him, I think he's a cool guy. Like I said, I'm not here to knock the guy, but I don't think he plays many games. He just plays mobile. He's just a mobile gamer. He plays Clash of Clans, and he's a shill for Clash of Clans. And he barely plays any games. He said that he likes Skyrim and like a couple other games, but he barely plays anything. He just grew up with Pokemon, so that's what he's angry about, and that's really all it comes down to. That's the psychology of a grifter. It has nothing to do with Nintendo not doing what I want and all that. Most of these guys barely play any games, and they found a way to make money. That's really all it is. There is no, oh, they're doing this. There's no actual reason, like they truly believe any of this stuff. It's just, oh, I'm upset at one thing or two, and here's a way for me to make, you know, a couple $1,000s on YouTube every single month, me being upset at this thing. It's nothing to do with actually being honest or integrity or wanting to report or wanting them to do better. Even if they did better, they wouldn't report on it because that's not going to make them money. So you have to just realize that. Stop worrying about grifters. Stop worrying about what they're doing, guys. This is what the deal is. Like I said, this is what it is with them. Like I said, no shots to OmniArch. Like I said, he was mad enough to actually talk to me, but if you go back and watch the debate, or if you look at what happened, you can clearly tell when I asked him, hey, well, why don't you make negative stuff on things that you like? Because there's a ton of negative news on Call of Duty or certain things that you like, and he didn't want. He said, oh, well, maybe I will, and he hasn't done it since then. He's made 0 negative videos on the things that he actually likes. So guys, you have to remember, a lot of these guys, they're just grifters. They're just trying to pull an emotional string for money on YouTube. It ain't nothing more, it's nothing less. It just is what it is. Let's just keep it real, you know? Let's just keep it real. No need to give them any attention. No need to pay attention to them. No need to do anything, you know? He didn't want to talk about that when I brought that up. I was like, oh, why don't you just make negative things on stuff that's not doing too well that you like? Oh, well, no. He was like, oh, that he buckled when I said that. So yeah. Let's see here. Oh, that's good news. I thought the February Direct was done for. Yeah, that's never happened in the history of Nintendo. Whenever they have like directs on movies or directs, that doesn't mean the another direct isn't happening. That doesn't make any sense. So I think the first thing that you have to ask yourself is that, you know, instead of worrying about something, ask yourself, have they done it before? Has any type of announcement for like a movie or for like a indie show, has that ever delayed directs? And the answer is no. So that type of stuff you don't have to worry about. That type of stuff you don't got to worry about. Let's see here. Wait, the Clash of Clans he played? I thought he was into I thought it was something worse than that. It's a mobile. It's like a knockoff of Clash of Clans. So it's a game like Clash of Clans, but I don't think it's actually Clash of Clans. I think it's something else. But once again, I don't know. I don't play all this mobile stuff. But he's a shill for Clash of Clans or whatever that mobile Chinese. Like he just has a whole channel just based off of just talk about free update or fast auto building and just a bunch of just trash videos. To be honest, like it ain't nothing great. It's just that same trash mobile game, you know. He loves that, so that's cool for him. I don't, like I said, I don't mind. Like I have nothing, you know, I have nothing against Omni. Like I said, he's dope. He donated, he did some gifted subs. He was cool to talk to me, so I got to give him much respect because out of all the grifters, at least he was willing to come on the stream, you know, and talk about it. So I got to give him love for that, you know. Got to give him love for that. But I mean, I know what he's doing. It's pretty obvious, you know. Let's see here. Alien Weaponry. What's up, Alien Weaponry? What are you playing right now? The same stuff that I've been playing. Shells in the Sky. You know, that game. The last 36 hours have been pure comedy on Twitter. Love to see it. All the liars getting called out and even going as far as to deleting their posts. They can't even be honest with themselves. Yeah, the whole thing with Christopher Drink. So I have some more updates on that. Right after this dono. I also moved it over here to this side, so there you go.
Something interesting, I randomly saw a video claiming Switch 2 battery is a little bit better thanks to an update.
I did see something like that.
And sure enough, I used to get 2 hours 10 minutes. Now I get 2 hours 30 minutes all max brightness.
Yeah, they might have optimized some things within the Switch 2 for it to be a bit better based off of just like power draw or usage depending on things. So yeah, I did see that. There was also some type of thing or potentially like with demo units having better screens. So maybe there's a firmware update coming for that or something like that. But yeah, either way, yeah, it's good stuff, Justin. Good stuff. Big love. Thank you for the $3 dono. Justin, once again, starting it off. First Ninja Blood, carrying the stream on JoJo Friday. Let's go. But yeah, like Christopher Dring, I stated that Christopher Dring didn't have all the information from the beginning, and I was correct. He didn't have all the information from the beginning because he finally confirmed today that he did not know that the Switch 2 was the best-selling system for December. His whole point of the article was just to say that it didn't do better in November and December than 10 years ago from the Switch 1, despite the Switch 1 having way less stock and getting way less sales during the year because they had supply constraints. So like, or if you line it up, if you include Christmas or if you don't include Christmas, what he's doing as well is that he's shifting the alignment, because remember, Switch 1 came out in March, Switch 2 came out in June. So what he's doing is that he's moving it forward to where it matches completely instead of starting it from the beginning. Because if you start it from the beginning, then the first 7 months does not include the holiday and all that. If you shift it, then it does. But once again, Switch 2 actually had people being able to go out and get a Switch 2 whenever they want. Switch 1, there was a lot of people who had to wait till the stock came in. So there's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts, and you know, all sorts of weird stuff that's being done. And once again, he did not have all the information. Like I said, dude, you don't have all the information. He says, no, I do. I'm like, no, you don't. Then I asked him just flat out, why didn't you just tell us that it sold better than the PS5 and it was the best selling system? And why didn't you tell us about the year-on-year down with all the, like, where was all this information at? He's like, oh, well, I didn't have all that. I only had the Switch 2 figure. I'm like, oh, brother, like, get a load of this guy. You know, I'm like, oh, brother. Okay, that's the reason why. So that's the reason why it was only on that. But yeah, interesting nonetheless. But he did get caught. Like, he deleted a tweet. He did get caught kind of lying about what he said and didn't say. He said no, he didn't, and then he got community noted and it said yes, he did, and then he deleted that tweet. So there was a few different things. But once again, I'm not here to attack the guy. The guy does what he needs to do. It is what it is. But he's like confused why people are like kind of coming after him a little bit, and that's the reason why people are coming after him a little bit. Because it's just, like I said, it's just a weird, the framing is weird, the article's weird, and the whole thing is just kind of weird. But I get what he's trying to say. Like, I get the premise of like, oh, okay, well, it didn't do as good, I guess, as the Switch 1 because they felt that there wasn't as a big of a game, like a big 3D Mario or something. Like, I get that. 100% understand, like 100% understand from that sense. But at the same time, there also wasn't other things like, okay, well, Switch 1 also, there was no stock, so people had to wait to get theirs towards the end of the year. Switch 2, you were able to pick it up almost anytime that you wanted after the first month or so. So there's a difference there. Let's see here. Go stability updates. Yo, shout outs to the stability updates. What's up, Snow Hawthorne? He even said Clash of Clans is better than Pokemon. Oh wait, there's a Pokemon version of Clash of Clans mobile. Let's see what he thinks. Yeah, like I said, I don't really care about what grifters say, man. So, I mean, you can't really pay attention to him. He makes money off of, oh gosh, that's loud. He makes money off of, you know, mobile Clash of Clans trash. So his whole situation with YouTube is just dedicated based off of how much money he can make on Clash of Clans mobile knockoff and grifting on Nintendo. It ain't based off of stuff, you know, like actual real video games. And things like that, and like stuff that he likes and all that. It's just, hey, I can make money off Clash of Clans mobile game because I like it or whatever, and hey, I can make money off of grifting off Nintendo because, you know, why not? I don't really play their games or like this stuff, but I Pokemon sucks now, so I'm gonna just gonna do that, you know. So there ain't, and look, once again, I don't think I saw any type of roundup of the games that he played for the year or anything. So like I said, we gotta stop paying attention to these guys, you know. We gotta stop actually crowning them like they're actual gamers or something when they're not. That's right on. Good news with the battery. That's a good 15 to 70% improvement. Yeah, it's definitely good. He was framing it like November counted for all the holiday sales because of Black Friday and completely ignored December sales, which had no info at the time. He had the info. He got a tip from someone. He got a tip, or he got something where he only found out, though. Here's the thing though. It wasn't from, he didn't have access to everything because it had to have been a tip because he had no information on any other system. So it's not like he's like Matt Piscatella or he had access to everything. Like Matt Piscatella has access to all the systems when it comes to US MPD or US sales numbers. He has access to everything. Dring did not have access to everything. He confirmed to me today that he only had access to the Nintendo Switch 2 numbers. So therefore, that means there's no way that he had access to everything. So he didn't have all the numbers, which what I was trying to say. That's why I said, dude, you don't have all the numbers. He didn't have access to everything. He only had access to just what the Switch 2 did here in the US, like, and like Europe, whatever that was already reported. So And that's all I was saying from the very beginning. He was saying, no, I do. I'm like, no, you don't. You don't have access to everything. And he didn't. He didn't have access to everything, you know? So yeah. So like I said, the framing makes it look a lot worse, but he did not have access to all the numbers. Like, if he had access to all the numbers, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure he would have still made the same article, but I mean, he might have included it, but he never said that he would. He never gave the impression that he would. But yeah, either way. Once again, you can't, I'll say it once, I'll say it again. You can't really take any, at this point, I wouldn't take anything that anybody says seriously when it comes to Switch 2 sales numbers, unless it's like directly from Nintendo, or it's directly from like Matt Piscatella, or it's directly from Famitsu. The only things that I would say is this: the sources that you should trust, like no cap, like the sources that you should only trust is if it's coming from Famitsu, if it's coming from Circana or Matt Piscatella, or if it's coming from Nintendo themselves. Those are the only three sources that you should trust when it comes to the sales numbers at all. YouTubers that are just saying things, or just side analysts that are just saying things, people that are just running their own like don't trust any sales numbers when it comes to anything, unless they're actual quoting and sourcing from those actual numbers. It's at this point you probably shouldn't, because they're going to put their own spin or twist on it and not give you the rest of the, not give you the whole context, or whatever. So yeah, that's my opinion, because like I said, there's a reason why a lot of fans reacted the way that they reacted. Even if the numbers were correct on his end, they reacted that way because they made it seem as if, wait a minute, hold up, it's doing terrible. Like, how is it doing compared to everything else? Who gives a crap what the Switch 1 sold freaking 8 years ago? Like, if aligned towards where you cut the first 3 months off and shave it towards the like, who gives a crap? Nobody cares. Like, who cares? That's irrelevant in the grand scheme of things when it comes down to it. So whenever they have new games or bigger games or whatever, they'll sell what they sell when the certain games come out. So it's like, most people don't care about that. Like, most people just care about how well is it doing overall. Okay, what's the system sales at overall? How well is it doing? What third-party developers are going to support it because it's doing well? Oh, it sold 15, 16 million? Okay, it's doing good. Let's continue on for the next year. That's all people care about. Like, I don't care about the sales from month to month or minute to minute at 400 hours on November 25th. How much did the Switch 1 sell compared to Switch 2? Like, I don't care about that. All I care about, how well did it do overall? What were the sales overall? Did it do good enough? How did it stack up to the rest of the industry? What's it looking like when it comes to that's all I care about. The Switch 1 was freaking 8 years ago. Nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like a decade ago. It's going on a decade ago. How's it doing right now? What are the total sales numbers right now? What's it looking like right now? So when people say, oh, it stumbled over this and that, it's like, bro, ain't nobody even care about that. You're just hacking and slicing things to cut it up to fit it into what narrative you want to drive, but hey, like I said, it's whatever at this point, bro, the amount of people trying to use VG charts as a source. Yeah, I've been seeing people trying to use VG charts as a source lately for accurate sales numbers, and I don't know why people are doing that. VG charts has multiple times been outed, has been shown to adjust. They don't have any real numbers. They simply just pull from Famitsu, whatever Famitsu says, and then they essentially just make up or guesstimate their numbers when it comes to the US and when it comes to Europe and all that. That usually ends up being wrong, and they have to realign them once the real numbers come out. So I'm not exactly sure why people are using that, but to me, I see it's a lot of hardcore PlayStation guys that are using VG charts because they're upset that, they're upset about sales numbers, which is, like I said, stupid. But like I said, it's console war stupidity, nonsense, BS. It's dumb. A lot of these people are, like I said, mentally like age 12, so you have to also factor that in too. So yeah. Lazarus says, I commented on X, by the way, not being rude to try to fight, just telling you from my experience game design about GDDs and Pokemon, how it would work internally. I agree with you though. It's all good, man. I feel you, fam. Thank you for commenting. I appreciate you, for real, Mr. Benson. Let's see, bro. But yeah, it's just weird, bro. It's weird. Everyone keeps on saying RGT's becoming grifty. I don't think so. He just says whatever is on his mind. He's not really grifty. He just says whatever he's on his mind. You don't gotta agree with him, but that's like the whole point of his channel. He just says slightly controversial things that are on his mind. It's not a grift though. A grift is like, once again, y'all gotta realize the difference between a grift. A grift is like somebody who tries to manipulate data in order to say some things that are clearly not the case, or simply, I'm gonna be 1000% negative on every single topic, no matter what is released. It's gotta be something negative in order to push a narrative. That's not RGT. He simply just says some things that probably won't end up being true, but it's just his thoughts at the time. It's just a random, here's my thoughts on something. It's not a grift channel. A grift channel, like I said, manipulates data. That's what a grift channel does. They'll manipulate data to push a narrative. I don't think RGT does that. Let's see here. I wonder, not impressed by Switch 2 numbers is usually line of mouth or rents due. It's called a rent due, Anonymous Zero. It's called a rent due. The Switch 2 outsold the Switch 1. In its first year, the Switch 2 outsold the Switch 1. So, like, there's no question about that. The Switch 2 factually outsold the Switch 1 in its first year. Like, the first calendar year. 2017 versus 2025. Which system sold better? The Switch 2 sold better. So it's just rent's due, and he's insane. Like, he's just a grifter once again. Let's see here. Alvin, what's up, Alvin? Welcome. I want Switch to outsell PS2, but that's just because it's my favorite system. I'm happy with Switch 2. Can't wait to see what they do over the lifetime. Yeah. I don't care. I mean, if it outsells PS2, that's great. It's fine. But I mean, it's already kind of cemented its legacy, so it doesn't really matter if it outsells it or not. Let's see here. You dodge and deflect and never stand tall. Who, me? Or somebody else? I don't know. It's kind of convenient or now, but the access to the number saves him back omitting. It made notoriety and views. Then he forgot to mention. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not sure what was going on there in terms of it. But he said that when I asked him about it, I was like, you don't have all the data. He said, I do. I'm like, okay. What I meant was like all the data, not just some of the data. That's not all the data. That's just some of the data. So yeah. Matt Piscatella said holiday sales shifted much closer to Christmas this year, but they did finally appear. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Sis? Welcome. What's up, Donnie? Checking on your boy Dreamcast. He's talking crazy. Dreamcast guy always talks crazy. So I mean, that's nothing new. That's nothing new. Big love to Dingo on my 40. Thank you for the 70 months. Appreciate that. Let's see here. Do you care about Steam Deck sales? No, I don't care about Steam Deck sales, but it's selling like trash. If you want the actual honesty, if you want to compare it to Nintendo Switch or you want to compare it to consoles, it's selling like absolute garbage. If you want to compare it to, like, I don't know, like other PC handhelds, I think it's selling okay. I don't know. I mean, but they don't sell great. But I need evidence, or I need proof of, before I say that something's selling good, I need proof of it actually selling good. Like, we need actual numbers or something like that. And Valve does not update Steam Deck numbers. We just have analytics estimates and all that. But I mean, if it was doing really good, I'm pretty sure we'd hear about it, so yeah. Unless Sony pulls another 30 million out of their backside. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Yep, of course, you hear that. We'll see the long run argument. Now we'll also hear it with the Switch one. Yeah. Shout out to Dingo. Thank you for the 70 months, though, man. I appreciate it. Let's see. FF7 remake for Switch 2 is like nowhere to be found where I'm at. Yeah, it's a bit low in stock, game key cards, so I don't know how many they shipped out. Amazon might be your best bet for that one. IGN said Switch 2 was the console of the year in 2025. Nintendo wins. I mean, it was the only console that came out in 2025, though. What other, or do they just mean like compared to Xbox and PlayStation, or like out of all the devices? Okay. So let's see here. What's up? I saw VG charts. PS5 sold 2 million in Europe in both October and November. If that's true, it's insane. It would mean that PS market in Europe is larger than the whole gaming US market. Like I said, VG charts isn't an accurate source, so I mean, I'm not gonna comment on what VG charts says. It's not an accurate source of information. It's just not. In terms of it's just an estimate. So it might have, but we'll see. Once again, we'll see once the actual numbers are updated, or what Sony has to say, or anything like that. But I doubt. I doubt Europe is a bigger market than the US. Maybe that good November and December, but like overall for like the course of a whole year, no, probably not. But like I said, we'll see. Steam Deck sales is trash. No way. I thought Steam Deck sales doesn't matter. I don't care about Steam Deck sales or not. I mean, the system's selling like absolutely booty. You had people who tried to act like when it first came out. I know like Rich from Review Tech and Banana Guy. They were saying that that this is gonna be Switch is in trouble. This is gonna be a problem. There was other people that were also saying that Steam Deck's gonna come and take console sales or take away, and all those people were wrong, like always. So not like always. They're right about some things, but yeah, I mean, there's nothing to really talk about here. Steam Deck has not sold incredibly well, and it's not sold anything near what a console would sell. From what I understand and from what I'm looking at, from the numbers that at least we potentially have, the Wii U sold double what Steam Deck sold at this point. I mean, if Steam Deck's even at 6 million sales, the Wii U sold more than double the Steam Deck. So the Wii U, the flop of the Wii U. From what we know, and that's generous to me. So that is generous of me saying that Steam Deck has sold 6 million. I have no idea. I'm just gonna give it that. So if it sold 6 million units, Wii U sold double than it. So I mean, that's not great. But everybody, it's a different business model. It's a different, it's a whole different thing. So, but like I said, I did hear people try to say that it was gonna outsell. That it was going to outsell or that it makes the Switch 1 irrelevant and nobody's going to care about the OLED and this is going to be the next big thing in gaming. And no, it was not. That was incorrect. Oh, let's see here. Let's see here. I have a game key card for FF7. That thing is hard to find. Yeah, it's not. They didn't ship a ton of copies. That's what it seems like. Or at least depending on where you are. Like I mean, in my area, like we have a lot of video game people, so it's like I never not have stock of things, but yeah. So yeah. Let's see here. Geek the Sneak. Thank you for the 30 months, man. I appreciate the 30 months, man. I appreciate that. Do you think reviews are gonna be fair on Switch 2? Like reviews are just gonna focus on how it runs rather than the gameplay for third-party games? I think reviews are going to be fair because we've seen that so far from like Star Wars Outlaws or Assassin's Creed Shadows or Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate, it's got right around the same score as like the PS5 version, so I think that's fair, right? And Star Wars Outlaws, I think, has a better review score. So I think it's going to be just about fair. I mean, there's going to be some stuff obviously that's not going to be, but. For the generally speaking, it should be kind of fair, but like, yeah, there will be some things that aren't. I can't speak for everyone, Good question though. ROG Ally, Xbox is also selling garbage too. I don't know what the point of these handhelds coming out are when no one wants them. The point of the handhelds coming out are just simply to, once again, just to have them because, Switch 2 or Switch did so well. So, you just throw your hand in there, see what works, and that's essentially why they're there. Because they feel that there's potential in the handheld portable market and they want to get in on ground level. But the problem is that PC is a trash type of thing to do. Like, PC is just not great. We've had decades of handhelds and it's never been like, get me a PC handheld. That's never been something that people are like, oh yeah, that's what I want. But they're force feeding it down your throat because it's cheaper and it's easier. And I mean cheaper as in how to do a PC handheld. You can get that done than just designing a whole thing yourself. That's completely different, right? Your own operating system, designing, having your own unique types of games, being built specifically for the system. Like, it's just easier to say, here's a PC handheld, it plays all your games. It plays all your PC games, here you go. But that architecture and what it does, it's trash, it's garbage. That PCs aren't built for handheld play. Like, you need a customized, built specifically for handheld. Like you need like a PS Vita, a PSP, a 3DS, a Nintendo Switch 1, a Nintendo Switch 2. Like that's what you need. You don't need a PC thingy put into a handheld. It's always going to be wonky and it's always going to be garbage and it's always going to deal with all sorts of stupidity. I mean, they can do little different things to help with that, but it's never going to be as intuitive and it's never going to be as straightforward as simply like a PS Vita. A PS Vita is 10 times better to just play as a handheld. You just take it, you just boom, it's done. It's there. It's got its own media. It's got its own games. But once again, it doesn't play all the PC stuff. And they don't want that. They want stuff where people have instant access just because PC gaming is big, PC gaming's big. So that's the problem right now. Nobody wants to actually take the next step, except for maybe Sony. Sony might be working on their own dedicated handheld, whatever, so we'll see. So yeah. Let's see. I think there's a big difference between securing the bag and being a grifter. Most people can't tell the difference. Oh no, securing the bag is being a grifter. In today's day, if you want an easy way to, you know, make money, that is in today's day securing the bag. I mean, once again, we're not talking about millions of dollars here. We're talking about thousands of dollars over the course of a month or so, thousands of dollars or more. But once again, this is something that, listen, times are tough. I get it. You know, I get what I get what some people are trying to do. But you got to also remember is that a lot of these people aren't really actually gamers. Like, they have plenty of time to do stuff like this. They're not actually gamers, you know, because if you were actually gamers, you'd be talking about what you like, what video games you want to play. That's what a real gamer is. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to waste their time, or they're not going to consider just going on things that they hate 24/7, you know? So you got to remember that a lot of these guys actually aren't gamers. So they're not like they're not core gamers. They just play a few different games. They just play like Fortnite. They're just casual, but then they portray something that they're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, they portray like they're hardcore gamers. Maybe they used to be in their younger days, but between actual work, day job, between, you know, playing mobile trash or whatever the case is, you know, like, they've got other stuff that they're doing. So yeah. What's up, Sidious? Welcome. Hi, please no one mention grifters today. Yeah, too late. What's up, Felipe? Waiting on Steam machines to go, the price to drop. It's more $850 or higher. Rip the people who said it should cost $400. I don't think there's any way that it costs less than a Steam Deck. So I'd be surprised if it cost like less than like the $550 Steam Deck. I'd be surprised. What's up? Will we get a Metroid Dread Switch 2 update or upgrade? I mean, it's possible. Maybe once they announce the next Metroid 2D game, I think that's when we could potentially see something like that. Yeah. So we can maybe see something like that. Hit that like button too, guys. If you haven't hit that like button, hit that like button. Let them know that we are streaming. Appreciate you guys coming out. I'm not saying that the systems are garbage in terms of like what they can do power wise. I'm talking about like the architecture for handheld play is garbage. Like, Windows PC is garbage for handheld play. Like, it just is. It's not built for handheld play. It's built to be a PC. It's built to have like a mouse and a keyboard. I had one of those PC handhelds. Remember, like, Steam Deck is okay. It does the Linux thing, like it boots up like a handheld. Like, Steam Deck's significantly better. But a lot of these PC handhelds that are coming out that don't have like that Steam OS or whatever, that just run off like the Windows or whatever the case is, or you have to dual boot or some type of stupid nonsense. That stuff's garbage. I'm gonna stand on that 10 toes down. Like 10 toes. If I had more toes would be down right now. It's garbage. I don't care what anybody says. It has nothing to do with anything else. But Windows for handheld gaming is absolutely trash. It's trash, it's garbage, and there's a reason why Switch 2's blown those systems out of the water from the jump. Come on now, we can't be sitting here acting all like, listen, when Wii U flopped and failed, what did people say? People don't want it, right? It's not selling good because people don't want it. But for some reason, everybody think that we got to make these excuses for PC handhelds because PC is you guys' messiah, or it's the internet's messiah. Nah, let's just be real here. It's not everybody's messiah. PC isn't the greatest thing ever. And I don't have to sit here and act like it's the greatest thing ever because people online think PC's the greatest thing. Like, so no, I'm not. I'm going to tell you guys how it is and the truth. And that's how I feel. And that's the reason why it's getting its doors blown off by the Switch 2. Because not everybody thinks that ish about freaking PC handhelds. No. That's the reason why Switch 2's blowing it out of the water. That's the reason why Switch 1 blew it out of the water. It's the reason why GBA blew it out of the water. It's the reason why 3DS blew it out of the water. The reason why freaking PS Vita sold better. The reason why Wii U sold better. The reason why everything sold better. I don't want to hear nothing. If it was so great and if it was the greatest thing ever, they'd be selling like hotcakes. They're not. So I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing on that, bruh. Disagree on garbage. You can play Switch games and upscale the graphics and FPS and put mod skins and custom levels on the go. Okay. To me, that's fine that you can do all that, but how many is the average person gonna do all that crap? To me, the operating system is garbage. You can play Switch games after you tinker, after you download, after you buy up, or you have to freaking get upgrade or try to tinker and download the certain packs and load them on and do folders and files. That's trash. My life is way too short to be doing all that trash. It is way too short. I'd rather just buy the Switch and play the game on the Switch, or buy a Switch 2 and I can take it. I can take the game, my Switch game, I can plug it in my system and I can play. I don't mind paying for things that cause me to have convenience. Okay, Switch 2, you can grab any of your Switch 1 games, you can plug it in the system without doing all that stupid stuff that you have to do. Now, if it was seamless, Jeremy, I'd agree with you more. But you make it seem as if it's just, oh, it's just so simple. You can just play Switch games and mod them. No. There's a lot of work tied to that. I don't want to spend my time doing all that. I'd rather just buy the game and play it on my Switch 2. It's much easier, once again. And that's the reason why Switch 2 is blowing the doors off of all those portable PCs. We all know that you can do that, yet the sales results don't reflect that. They don't reflect what you're saying. Now, to me, it's a bit garbage because, one, like I said, you got to take a ton of steps to do that. And two, it doesn't work as seamless as you're saying. It just doesn't. It does not work as seamless. It's not that easy. There's a lot of steps that you got to take to get that done. And if it'll even work that well, every game doesn't always work really well when you try to do all that. There's times when there's issues. So let's just keep it real. And by the way, you can't play any Switch 2 game. Where's the Switch 2 emulation at? Yeah, there's no Switch 2 emulation right now either. So with my Switch 2, I can play every single Switch 1 game with no problem whatsoever, and I can easily dock it and play it on my TV, no problem whatsoever. So nah, we're not gonna do that and skip all the stuff in between. That's what people online do. Oh, I can play everything. No, wait, hold up. Let's be real here. It's not that seamless, fam. It's not that seamless. Let's be real. Let's see. I don't PC ROG Ally Switch ROG Ally Switch 2 sold my PS5 Xbox Series. Oh man. Want to play Switch games better, easier to overclock a Switch and mod it. I mean, that's something that Jackson does, and he says that's pretty good to do that. But to me, I don't even want to do that. I'll just play them on my Switch 2 if I want to play a Switch game. I'll just do that. The Pokey Kid says a lot of these modded games have input lag. Yeah, I bet. Valve is losing money on each of their lowered price Steam Decks they sold as much. They said, well, I mean, they're no longer selling them, so like they don't sell the Steam Deck, like the Steam Deck LCD anymore. Related note: retro game prices money is in spite of emulation. Having actual carts is cool, convenient, collectible. Yeah, it's simple. You haven't used the recent emulators like Ed and Rejinx, and they work perfectly for first parties, third parties. But no, I'll just get the Steam version of third party Switch games. Yeah, like I said, not from what I've seen. I don't think it's that simple and it's just that easy. I think a lot of people that are maybe experienced with it, it's simple and easy for you. But I think that there's a lot of people where it would be like, wait a minute, hold up, I got to take these extra steps. It's easier just to get the game on the Switch too. So that's fine, you can do that. But that's gonna run out at some point, Jeremy, because there's no emulator for Switch 2 yet, and there might not be one anytime soon. So that's running out. The time is up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's running out because you can't play Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, can't play Kirby Air Riders, and you can't play Mario Kart World. You're not going to be able to play Pokopia if you like that game. You can't play Mario Tennis Fever. You can't play Fire Emblem, the new Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. You can't play all those, so it's starting to run dry. So just so enjoy those right now because it's starting. You can't play the Switch 2 stuff, man. You can't. So yeah. Emulating Switch 1 games on Steam Deck is something I don't like doing. I'd rather just play Switch 1 games on Switch 1 as Nintendo intended. That's what most people rather do. That's the reason why Switch 1 and Switch 2, like I said, blew the doors off of every single other PC handheld. But I'll have people online tell me, no, it's so much better doing. Okay, well then why aren't people buying it then? Everybody knows about PC handhelds. It's not like it's a secret. Everybody knows about them, right? So then why aren't they selling? You can play Switch 1 games. You can mod. You can do. Why aren't they selling that? Go ahead, give me the reason why. Let's hear the excuses. Let's hear all the excuses then. Let's go. Give me the excuses why it's not selling since it's so much better and you can do all this different. Go ahead, tell me. What's going on? Since what I'm saying, it's a skill issue. I don't know what I'm doing. Convenience isn't important for people. Okay, so then why isn't it selling? You tell me. Let's hear all the excuses why it's not doing well then. I'm trying to let you know, as somebody who's been playing and has been in the industry for decade plus. I've been playing for 30, 40 years, my boy. I've talked to so many people when it comes to gaming. I've talked to executives. I've talked to so many people, but you know what? I guess you know more than me, right, Jeremy? So you tell me why, since you're so smart. Not yet. You can't play Switch 2 games. You know, technology catches on. I'm not so. Will be out soon. I don't know about that. Last time we heard about it, they said it might take 10 years for them to work on the Switch 2 because Nintendo locked that baby down so hard. So I don't know about that. You said soon. That's what people said at the launch of the Switch 2. They said it was going to be soon. We now on what? We're now 7 months in, and it doesn't seem like there's really much of any progress compared to Switch 1. It was that thing got hacked on frame 1. It got hacked as soon as it released. Man, it might have been hacked before it was released. So I don't know, man. It seems like it's going to be a little bit different this time. So we'll see. So we can move on from that. We can agree to disagree. So now let me know why is Switch 1 and Switch 2 blowing the doors off of portable PCs? Go ahead and let me know. Let me hear your excuses. Now I've seen plenty of people say that they have to tinker around and it's very inconvenient. I know I don't believe what he says, because once again, I see what people are saying online. It ain't that easy. It ain't that easy and simple. But like I said, people online that have the expertise or know what they're doing or whatever the case is, they'll say that it is. But yeah, my excuse is you can't get a Steam Deck at Target, GameStop, and Best Buy. You can't get your excuse that you can't get a Steam Deck at Target, GameStop, and Best Buy. You can get portable PCs at those places, though.
Hold up, let's not leave out you have to deal with shader stutter on Switch emulation until it gets all the shaders, and also how many people are legally getting keys that is needed for Switch emulation.
I mean, that's not part of it, the last part there, but I see what you're saying. But no, you can get portable PCs. You can get a Steam, or you can get a portable PCs at Best Buy. They have them at Best Buy, like the ROG Ally. They have like Lenovo Legion Go. You can get those at retail as well. So no, you can also buy a Steam Deck on Amazon. It's way more expensive, but you can buy a Steam Deck on Amazon too. So no, I said portable PCs, not just Steam Deck, portable PCs. You can get that at Best Buy. The sales at Best Buy between Switch 2 and Switch 1 and portable PCs, Switch 1 and Switch 2 blow the doors off of ROG Ally and all that at retail too. So no. What's the next excuse? Let's see here. Oh, but it's not so. Oh, you can download shaders online against skills. Oh, so you gotta download something separate. It's not just download and play. Once again, showing that there is inconvenience. Showing that there is inconvenience once again. Shout outs to Justin. Thank you for another $3 dono. Let's see here. The original Switch OS called Horizon still hasn't had vulnerability found 9 years later. Switch 2 OS is even more secure, updated Horizon OS. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's going to be soon. Like the emulator is going to be. I don't think there's going to be a Switch 2 emulator out soon. I don't think so. Considering it's been 7 months and there's been nothing. Whereas Switch 1, it was instant. So, nope. Shout out to Justin. Thank you for that, man. You're carrying the stream right now. Not on the combo. We're only 6 combos away from the first 15-minute extension. Appreciate that, guys. 6 more combos on that one. I don't think portable PCs were ever expected to sell tens of millions of units. They aren't competing with Nintendo. That's not what people were saying online. I see, Felipe, I said that too, but that's not what people were saying online, fam. That's not what people were saying online.
Skill issue, brah. I just play a game. I'm not doing that. Lol.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. A lot of portable PC people, a lot of Steam Deckers, they're such in an echo chamber and bubble, they don't understand how important convenience is. They don't understand that. And that's why they don't understand why they can't explain, or they don't understand why Switch 2 is blowing the doors off of their favorite system or their Tinker deck. They don't understand that, and they don't want to listen either. Once again, Dunning-Kruger in full effect. They think that they're smarter than everyone else, and nobody else has any ideas of why something's the way that it is. A lot of portable PC people are like that. They'll just sit there and tell you skill issue. They'll sit there and brush off what you say, and then the reason why it's not doing well or not doing anywhere near as good as the stuff like, you know, Switch 1 or Switch 2, they'll sit there and make every excuse in the book and say it's not being sold at stores, and it's this and it's that. It's just a bunch of nonsense. It's just a bunch of hogwash. There's portable PCs at stores that are, like I said, getting the doors blown off of it by the Switch 1 and the Switch 2. So it's just it's like I said, a lot of portable PC people, this is how they think. There's nothing that you can do to change their mind. They're way more smarter than you and all that. And that's why I say before the Switch 2 came out, what were a lot of them saying? We saw that with the IGN article, right? What did the IGN article say? The IGN article said Nintendo has to worry about portable PCs. Yeah. Like, no, they don't. No, they don't have to worry about portable PCs. It literally, the Switch 1 in one day outsold the Steam Deck, or matched or outsold the Steam Deck in the first, sorry, not first day, but like the first 3 or 4 days. It sold 3.5 million. So it's like, once again, it's just, it's funny. It's funny. Like I said, these people will think that they're the smartest in the room, and then when they're wrong, they'll go silent, or it's, here's 15 million excuses why I was wrong expeditiously. Why I was wrong so much was because of this. I'm like, but I told you that beforehand. I literally told you what was going to happen and why it's happening. What you mean? Oh my gosh, man. Let's see. Whatever emulator Switch 2 comes out won't be able to current PC handhelds. Yeah, similar to the VR enthusiast bubble, they'll still insist VR is the future and sales will skyrocket. The echo chamber reinforces delusion. Yeah, the echo chamber reinforces delusion until they just give up. I don't care about sales, OJ. You don't even get money from Nintendo sales. Oh, I just like gaming, customized, full freedom. And nobody said that you can't like that. That's the problem, Jeremy. Nobody said that you can't like that. It's when I started telling you why your favorite thing.
Awesome work.
Shout outs, Lazarus. Thank you for the 3. The only reason why this devolved where it was is because I simply stated why I have an issue with your favorite thing, and you said, no, there's this, and this, and I'm telling you, well, it's not convenient, and then you started arguing that point. You could have just said, oh yeah, I can understand it, man. I like fully customization, but I can understand why people like the convenience of this. Just like I said, oh, I understand why you like your this, but this is how people think on a broad scale. I was just trying to inform you, and then you start saying, no, this, and this. If you would have just said that from the beginning, like, hey, look, I just like this because I can do that, but I understand your viewpoint. I said from the very beginning, I understand your viewpoint of the whole, like, customizing and modding or whatever, things like that. But I was telling you why, on a wide scale, this is an issue. And what did you say? Skill issue. This. You started making a bunch of excuses left and right. That's all I was trying to say, bro. Shout outs to Lazarus. Thank you for the $3 dono, man. I appreciate that. Shout outs. Thank you for the 3. You are the homie, bro. You are dope, bro. You are dope. 3 more combos, guys. We out here with the extension. Appreciate that. Now you started disputing the convenience factor. The convenience factor of why it's widespread, why people don't like doing all that, why they're not doing as well. You started disputing that. That's what you started disputing. So I disagree with you on that. Widespread in terms of convenience and all, that's important for adoption. That's very important. There's a reason why Valve said, yo, we want to have Steam OS. Why do you think they do Steam OS? They do Steam OS because they know that it's more convenient for players. They know that it's easier for players. That's why they do it. Otherwise, why would they even do Steam OS? It's more convenient. Why did they do big picture mode? It's more convenient. Why did they do this? Why did they try to Steam Link? It's more convenient. Why are they doing the Steam machine? It's more convenient, or they want it to be more convenient. All of it is to become more convenient. You brush that aside. So that's all I was trying to say. Valve is doing all these things to make it more convenient. And I'm telling you why. Okay, here's why it's more convenient for people. That's why it's doing better. Valve wants to do better too. They want to sell more too. They want to make things more convenient for players. They don't want it to where you have to download every set. Like, Valve wants to make it simple too, you know? Shout outs to Momo with the $10 dono, the first JOJO. Hey y'all, first one, let's go, baby. Yes, sir. It says the Steam machine will never make it to storefronts without being priced over 1K. Grifters calling it an Xbox killer are delusional. Yeah, seriously. Seriously. Thank you for the $10 dono, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for the $10 dono. Big love. You're now the stream ninja with the 10. Anybody does 10 or more, you get one, man. Momo. Yeah, people are delusional, man. Like a pair of Levi's. Sales this and sales that. Well, no, I talked about convenience too. Not just sales, but convenience with gamers and what players are looking for. So, no, it's not just sales this, sales that. When it comes to freedom, people just want to be able to play games. Not as many people are worried about being able to tinker and all that. Not everybody cares about that. They just want to be able to play a game conveniently. And that's what Switch offers. They offers convenient play. So not everybody cares about that. when it comes to the NSO still begging for Twilight Princess, I don't care about that. I can play Twilight Princess a million times over. I already have it on all the other stuff. So once again, none of your stuff even matters. Jeremy, you have anything important to say? I appreciate the entertainment though. You got anything important to say? Or are you done here? I don't care if you can play Twilight Princess. I can play it too. I already got it. I got it on order. I can play it on whatever I want. I've already played and beat that game a million times. Boom, boom. Hell, if you really want to, you can mod. I mean, what's it called? Action Jackson. He's got a Switch 1 modded. You can play Twilight Princess on that if you really want to. Hell, you don't even need to get a portable PC to do that. You can mod a Switch 1 and do that. You can mod a Wii U and do that. Oh, you can play it right there. Hold up. Give me 1 second. Oh, here we go. This is fun. Here we go. I got Twilight Princess right here. Play it whenever I want. I got Twilight Princess right here, baby. I play it whenever. I got so many versions. I've already played and beat this game so many times. I got Twilight Princess right here. Got the official box right here. Got my wolf amiibo right here. So we out here with Twilight Princess. I had it actually right there on top there, just because I was testing a few things out. So we good on Twilight Princess. I've already played and beat this game a million times. So we good, fam. We good. Wii U version's good too. Let's see. Basically, this guy thinks he's able to play first-party exclusive on PC platform equals freedom. No, it's definitely a nice thing for like Steam Deck. Like I get why it's popular or it's things, but once again, here's the thing. Nintendo fans are the reason why he can even do that. If we didn't buy the games, if we didn't support the content, it wouldn't even probably be there. In order for them to be able to do the emulation and all that, you got to have people that have success when it comes down to it. The fact that the Switch 1, people were buying the system so much, people were getting the new games were coming out and all that. That's the reason why, you know, that's the reason why so if anything, got to thank the Switch fans for actually going out there supporting the games. So, yep. You're not playing any Switch 2 games though, Jeremy. You're not playing any Switch 2 games, so don't worry though. You'll be playing soon, right? You want to make a bet, Jeremy? How about this? How about we can end this right now? Because like I said, this is fun, but I'm not going back and forth with you all day. You're a weirdo. Let's make a bet. You said Switch 2 will have an emulator soon on PC. Let's make a bet right now. Next month? You said soon. So next month? $100? $200? $300? How much you want to bet that there will not be an emulator soon for PC, for Switch 2 that you can play, that you can download and play? You want to bet? Let's drop 100 on it right now. Drop 50. And like I said, this will be the last thing that I say because I'm done. I'm not going back and forth with you all day. So we'll just end it right here. You said it's soon for an emulator, right? Okay. Next month? Next 2 months? 2 months? I'll give you up to, because you said soon. So you want to drop the bet? Just a simple yes or no is all I need. I don't need any word. I just need a simple yes or no. And then if you say yes, drop the 50. If you win, I'll give you 2-to-1 odds too. So if you win, you get back your 50 plus you get another 100. So there'll be an emulator soon. All right? Did Microsoft announce their release date for Fallout 4 on the Switch? No, not yet, Lando. We're probably going to get that soon. OG, I'll do you one better. Make the time frame will be a new Mario when the new Mario Galaxy comes out. Oh, that's always a good amount of time. The Mario Galaxy movie? So like, what's that, March? Mario Galaxy movie? I just need a yes or no. Like I said, don't worry, guys. If you guys think I wasn't priming and getting them ready for this, trust me, you don't know me on this stream. The only reason why I was going as far as I went here was like, all right, let's get him riled up a little bit. Let's get him riled up. Let's see what he can do. So I just need a yes or no on the bet. And then if you say yes, drop the 50. The link is right there. Streamlabs link is at the top of the chat. Just yes or no. Like I said, I don't need no other words. Yes or no, and then drop the 50. Like I said, I'll give you 2-to-1 odds. Mario, we can do it by the Mario Galaxy movie. So that still gives you about a good, because you said soon. So we can do that. I'll give you like another minute. I'll give you like another minute. I'll give you like 2:30, 2:33. I'll give you like 2 minutes. I'll give you like two minutes. He said soon. He said soon, so 8 years soon. Yeah, he'll be waiting all day. Aaron Daniels with the subscription. Thank you so much, Aaron Daniels. I appreciate that. Uh-oh, this is the music that's playing in his head right now. Should I take this bet? I don't think so. I don't think so. He's looking up Switch 2 emulation on Google. He probably is looking up, seeing how much progress they've actually made or not. So yeah. You don't want the smoke? No, usually they don't. Oh, let's see here. Nighthawk with the 2 says he ain't got no 50. He ran to tell his mommy. Maybe, bruh. Maybe. We'll see. Oh man, this song's great too. I like this song. Let's loop it. Shout outs to Nighthawk. Thank you for the 2, man. Yeah, it's a good music choice. Good music choice. Justin with the 3.
Even if the emulator did come out, does he even have a PC good enough to play it?
Oh my! You need a pretty good PC to play it. That's true. You would need a pretty good PC because it needs to be several times stronger to play it in any decent quality, at least, you know. So that is also true. Justin with another 3, getting us to 27 on the board. Ayo! Appreciate that, Justin. 15. Anybody that's 15 or more, the Toby Blaster or more, you can beat out Justin on the board as well. Let's go. Nah, he out here asking Grok. Oh man, playing Luigi's Mansion for the first time, seeing the appeal in the franchise. Definitely need to get the other 2. Okay, nice. That's good. I'm glad that you're actually playing that one because Luigi's Mansion's really good. Remember people gloating around the launch. They got the BIOS menu or something like that, and they thought it'd be fully modded quickly. 7 months later, nothing happened. Yeah, I remember seeing something like that. But I remember Nintendo Prime made a video saying it's like pretty much unhackable, and like people shredded him to death for that video. Like people absolutely shredded him for that video. And I think even MVG said like, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. So I don't know. It kind of seemed like maybe he was right about or Prime was right about that, about the situation, you know. So maybe. To be in perspective, there's no PS5 emulation. Well, I think there's something. Didn't something with PS5 just happen recently? I don't know. Like I said, I don't really look at it. I don't really look too much at that type of stuff. So, Jimmy, Houdini has now disappeared. I doubt Nintendo Prime knows anything about that. Maybe not. But he put out a video, like I said, before the Switch 2 launched. It was like before the Switch, saying that it's gonna be really difficult to hack the system. Like that's essentially what the video was about. Like I saw the post too. He was covering like a different article though. It's not like he was saying like the information himself, like he got it from someone. It was just covering something that somebody else said. So it seemed like that's kind of somewhat true based off of the new updates and developments that we have about Switch 2 scene hacking and all that. So yeah. Prime did apologize for that. Okay. He said he didn't know. Okay, so he apologized. Okay, gotcha. Like I said, I don't know. It seems like it might have been correct. Like, this is the longest that it's ever been that a Nintendo system has not been hacked. Most Nintendo systems are hacked, like, faster than you can say, you know, Mario. Like, most of the time they're hacked very quickly. So yeah. Yeah, the PS5 jailbreak or whatever. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't really care, to be honest. Like, but yeah. Okay, we're gonna do this. Well, didn't MVG attack Prime for talking basically? He just said that he doesn't know what he's talking about, which once again, Prime did apologize apparently, so maybe he didn't know what he's talking about. But what I'm saying is that the end result of all this, guys, who cares about who made the video or not? The situation is this. the situation is, it does seem like it is very difficult to hack the system. It does seem that way. It does seem that way. That's all I'm trying to say now, you know? It does seem that way.
I mean V2 Switch and Switch OLED needs a mod chip to be hacked.
That's true. That's true. Like, it does need a mod chip to be... Because Nintendo identified the situation, and then they fixed it quickly, but everybody that still has, like, that old... Like, if you have, like, that Gen 1 Switch, then you can, you know, you can hack it or whatever, or you can emulate it or whatever the case is, right? In terms of, like, the Switch 1. But, you know, people can download the emulators online, you know, for their PCs. But, yeah. Shouts to Justin. Thank you for another $3 dono. Appreciate that. Big love. And also, Janeer87, yo, thank you so much for the $5. We'll be on Switch 3 by the time the emulator is out. Good luck getting ROMs with all these game key cards. Pocopia is a game key card because they just didn't want it to get hacked. They're like, nah, y'all ain't doing this. Like, when y'all finally figure this ish out, we ain't gonna be here. That's true. There is gonna be a really tough time with that situation. Sup, OJ, about Switch 2 being unhackable, Prime was indeed wrong, and about that because he was covering some randos saying that the Switch 2 would brick itself if hackers tried tinkering with the voltages. Oh, okay, gotcha. So it was what was said in the article. Yeah. Although there is some, I guess there's some truth, because it's like, if you try to, like, not messing with the voltages, but like the whole MIG switch situation that's going on, you know, or that went on. But yeah, I guess yes, that was incorrect, but there definitely seems like, one, it's hard to hack the system, and two, yeah, like if you mess with certain things, they might ban your system, or, you know, ban it from online play, right? There was that situation, like with the EULA that was going on, that some people were getting their systems banned because they were somehow like doing MIG switch stuff or whatever the case is. So yeah, definitely not right in terms of what he was saying or the article that he was covering, but just in actuality, when it comes to what's happened since then, yeah, it does seem like it's really hard to hack, and it does seem like, yeah, you got to be careful in terms of what you're doing, because you might get, you know, your system banned from online, you know? 35 on the combo board. We are out here, guys. We are almost close to that 45-minute extension, although, like I said, I can't go the full time length today, but we can extend it as much as possible, and I can hit you guys with the first overclock.
Overclock buster!
Actually, the second. It's a 30-minute extension, but whatever. No. Big love to Janeer. Thank you, Janeer, with the $5 dono. 10 more combos. Let's go. 10 more combos so we get to 45. Nintendo ain't playing with all the broke bum community. Switch 2 won't be able to be hacked for years. Yeah, it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while. Which is, remember what I said, Juice? I said when people were asking what should, obviously we had all type of stuff that Nintendo should do, but I was like, yo, the first thing that they should do is make sure that they lock down the system. Like, you cannot have this where you're getting ready for a game to come out and people have it 2 weeks in advance. People playing Tears of the Kingdom 2 weeks in advance. People playing all these games, like, you know, 2 weeks, a week in advance. Like, I'm like, y'all gotta stop that, because they're leaking the game. They're spoiling certain segments. Spoilers are floating around online. It's like, Switch 2 has been such a nice change of pace because we have not gotten that. There has not been all of that stuff when it comes to the whole, you know, people getting the games 10 times, 10, you know, 15, 20, 25 days, weeks early ahead of time. So I was like, they need to lock down this system. Like, you can't have the piracy situation or the whatever situation. Like, you can't have that. Like, y'all need to invest. I don't care what you guys do. Not because, you know, obviously people that do like legal emulation. I'm not trying to hate on that. What I'm saying is the people that just get the game 30 minutes or, you know, a month ahead of time, or they get the game 2-3 weeks ahead of time and spoilers start coming out. Like, that's what I don't like. I don't like that. I don't like, legal emulation is fine to me. I don't have a problem with that. But the problem that I have is, like I said before, when people just be leaking the stuff and it comes out way too early. What's up, SK Massive? The Switch 1 got hacked quickly because Tegra X1 was widely documented prior to launch. Because the Switch 2 uses an undocumented chip, it's not easy to jailbreak or hack. Okay, so yeah, it's part of it, like the familiarity of the chip. OJ, I got an LG 4K OLED coming soon. Just how much of an improvement is it when gaming? It's a significant improvement. Going from non-OLED to OLED, especially for like a big TV, it's a pretty nice bump. You should notice it. Yeah. Although your eyes do adjust over time though. Like, I still think it's like, oh wow, it's great, but I'm so used to OLED now. You know, with my monitor, this monitor that I have is OLED, this TV that I have is OLED, so I'm kind of just used to it. But yeah. Hacking is definitely the hard part. Finding the kernel level exploit, not easy. Can take years, even decades even. That's what I heard last, Jackson, was they said that it might take a decade with the Switch 2. So I was like, man, a decade? I'm like, bro, is it really gonna take that long? Like, that's crazy if it does. That's crazy. Nah, for real, I'm glad Nintendo took the security way more serious this time around, yeah. But like, you know, like what the other guy said here in the chat, he said, you know, maybe the documentation of the Switch 2 chip is completely more customized and different, which I think Nintendo did that on purpose, and maybe that's part of the reason why it took so long. They identified what the base of their chip was going to be, and then they said, hey, let's customize this thing, let's do all sorts of stuff, so it's going to be harder and harder to hack it or whatever, you know? But I think at some point it will happen, but yeah, it might be so far into the future, it's like, wait, you really want to give up all those years? You know, not being able to play certain games. And I think another thing here is that Nintendo, for the most part, so far, it's been pretty good on frame rate and resolution for Nintendo's first-party games. One of the big reasons why people said, oh, I'm going to hack is because the Switch 1, a lot of the games ran 30 FPS with frame rate drops. But so far, you know, outside of a few blips here and there, it's been really good. Like 99% of games on Switch, Nintendo's first-party games on Switch 2 run at 60 FPS or target 60 FPS. 99%. There's like one game so far that we have. I think it's Animal Crossing. That's the only game that I can remember, that I can think of, that Nintendo's put out on, that's for Switch 2, right? Like a Switch 2 edition or like a Switch 2 game that's not at 60. So really there's no reason for people to really, you know, to do it. Or more, not that there's no reason, but like it's not as a pressing matter because now you can, all the games run at 60 or target 60, you know? Let's see. It's weird that people are obsessed with emulating Nintendo games, but not other games from Sony or Microsoft. I think that shows you that Nintendo does something special, right? It's a little, and also people, there's other reasons, but yeah, I think it's just like, you know, people like to play their games. But once again, before in the past, it's like, oh, okay, it's because how some of these games run, you know? So yeah. I definitely think Switch 1 releases got a little undercut because of how easy it was to dump the ROM and play it on emulated hack switches. I mean, maybe. Yeah, maybe. If you ever need to pick my brain or anything on the game design process or anything related, just DM me. Oh, I got you, Lazarus. I got you. Yeah, I will for sure. Hey, what up, Joe 9K, and also Anonymous. Yo.
Just a little something.
Hey, I appreciate that. Shout outs to Joe 9K and Anonymous doing the tag team. Bumps. Let's go. 30 on that one. Hey, yo, appreciate you guys supporting the stream, man. That really means a lot to me. Because your boy, I need to save up for a Steam Deck again. I'm going to buy another Steam Deck. I need to save up for it. So a double JOJO helps me. 30 coming in. Shout outs to Joe 9K. You are now the Hogger. Appreciate that. And shout outs to Anonymous. Just said, just a little something, something. Just a little something, something. Just a little something, something for you, bruh. Hey, I appreciate that, Anonymous. Thank you. I really do appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Joe, I appreciate you, homie. For real. I appreciate you. Says, OP. We out here, we OP, baby. OPP. You don't know me. Hey, yo, I appreciate it. Let's go. Animal Crossing at 60 FPS isn't necessary. I think it has something to do with the animations and all of that. I think it has something to do hard-coded within the like the game itself, because otherwise it makes no sense. You know, I think they could have bumped it up. Obviously, it's Switch 2's powerful enough to get it done, so I think it was more of like a animation situation or like a code situation more so than anything with that game. Because like every other game, it's like bumped up to 60 FPS. OJ, my man, a guy came to asking about Switch emulation. You know him? A guy came to me asking about Switch. Do I know him? No, I don't. Only modded my Switch to overclock and OLED battery life to spare for it. Switch 2 doesn't really need overclocking, to be honest. Yeah, at least not right now with the games. Because like I said, the games right now, they're running good. You know, maybe if you could have overclocked it, you got Donkey Kong Bonanza running a little bit better. But I think that's due to Nintendo. Maybe like with the technology that they use for Donkey Kong and them not maybe mastering or having the time or for everything with DLSS and all that. I think that in the future, if the game does do like a lot of crazy stuff like that, I think it'll be a bit better in the future. let's see here. I'm just happy they tightened up security more, also upping the quality of FPS on their games much better than it's been a great experience. Yeah, and I think, like, for example, you have a game like Apex Legends, right? Remember how Apex Legends ran on Switch 1? Whereas, like, you get it on Switch 2 and it's like the quality of like an Xbox Series S, even a little bit better in some respects, according to Digital Foundry at least. So it's like, okay, this is the baseline, this is good enough, right? Like, at least we can play Apex Legends and we can see who we're shooting now. We don't have to, you know, we don't have to sit there and squint. It's not all blurry. Because when I played Apex Legends on Switch 1, I felt like I don't like gaming anymore. I felt like gaming wasn't for me. I felt like, wait a minute, this is not the situation that we need to be in right now. Like, I don't know if it was running like at 084p, not even 480p. It was running at 084p. It was running at like old, like, He-Man commercial resolution. It was running at like old 1982 49ers championship. It was running at Joe Montana resolution. Like back when you used to ever watch those old 1975 steel curtain Steelers, Terry Bradshaw, when they used to just be able to decapitate people in the NFL. Like when you hit someone, it's like in 240, 241 Dan Fouts resolution. Roger Starbuck resolution. Jets the guarantee resolution. Old resolution, bro. Running in old Mr. Rogers resolution. Man. Listen, I definitely think the next direct needs big games, since outside of Fire Emblem, we don't really have any big games to look forward to. The first party side, which is then even pretty niche. I mean, there's gonna be new games. There's always new games, but there's gonna be a new Pokemon SSBU, so that's already confirmed that there's gonna be a new Pokemon. Obviously, we have the Pokopia game. You're not looking forward to that, but Pokopia is gonna be bigger than Fire Emblem, so that Pokopia is gonna sell more than Fire Emblem. So that game's gonna be big. But yeah, there's gonna be more games, bro.
If we are being honest, some people used bad Switch performance as a shield for Switch emulation. Not really that much of an issue on Switch 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no reason now at this point. So I think it's the people that were being honest about it feel that way too. The people that weren't obviously don't feel that way, and they're just continuing to do what they do, you know? I think the name is Jeremy. Cat ate his tongue. Oh, oh, you were at, okay, I got you, Joe 9K. Yeah, Jeremy left, or he's not watching anymore, because I bet him about, yeah, the Switch. I said, hey, look, you said it's gonna come out soon. Let's bet $50. Or $100 on it, and he left after I asked him that, because, or at least he stopped commenting after I asked him that. So yeah, like I said, some Steam people, they're just silly. They're just silly. Do you think we'll see Monolith Soft adopt DLSS for Xeno 4 their next game? Of course, probably, yeah. Probably. World War II footage resolution. Yeah, running at that World War. Running at that D-Day resolution, right? Go further back, right? Battle of the Bulge resolution. Oh man. Dare I say World War I resolution? When you go back and you look at some of the stuff in history, bro, you be wondering like, damn, man, living back then sucked. You gotta be thankful. And listen, people thousands of years in the future might say that living when we live sucked, because there's gonna be way crazier things that you can do in the future. But yeah, truly, I mean, like, man, that World War I stuff, bro, you gotta look at World War I. Well, World War I is just like, it's like, hey man, you assassinated our Duke. Well, now we're gonna start a whole war. You gotta assassinate. And everybody just starts dying. Then World War II is like, Germany's like, bruh, man, y'all out here putting these sanctions, we're broke. You got crazy people trying to usurp governments, and man, it is just, I mean, to be honest, a lot of time periods are trash. Like, it's not just that. I mean, you go further back, that time period was trash too. Those empires back then, bro, you had diseases and all sorts of just ravaging everybody. Man, anyway, it's depressing to think about it, so I'm not going to. Shout outs to Rags. New Mario Tennis will sell well. Yeah, new Mario Tennis will sell well. But yeah, the next Nintendo Direct is going to be great. We still have Dust Bloods. That's going to be a big game. We still have Splatoon Raiders. that's gonna be another big game. The Splatoon 4, whenever that's gonna come out, I think they're gonna conjunct it. But yeah, there's other stuff outside of Fire Emblem. It's not just Fire Emblem. Civil War frame rate. Civil War frame rate. Oh man, that was old school, bro. Civil War. Ooh. Revolutionary War. You go back a little bit more. Taxation without representation. Boston Tea Party resolution. That's not even really resolution. That was just like pictures in the school book. You just see a bunch of people like throwing out tea in boxes. That's when Britain was like, all right, y'all crossed the line. Wasn't anything else. Wasn't all the little. It was like, wait a minute. Did you just waste tea? Did you? That's it. We've had enough. Send the troops. Y'all just wasted all that tea? Oh no. So they had a heart attack back there in Parliament. Oh my gosh. I see people wearing burlap sack underwear back in the day. No thanks. Burlap sack. Oh man. Yeah. Oh man, that doesn't seem fun. It was probably extra garbage too with certain things, man. Just like certain like sanitary stuff with men and women. I mean, I can't imagine like what some women would go through back then. Like back then. I'm not talking about like 1700s. I'm talking like back before then. Like that just might just be like insane. Like, man. Yeah, no dude wipes. And like I said, for women, just oh, Lord have mercy. Women had to deal with a lot, bro. Had to deal with a lot. Let's see here. War of 1812. Why do folks get so nervous about these directs? Oh, so many good games are already out. I think people just talk about stuff that they like. A lot of people that like Nintendo, they only like a few different franchises. They only like Mario or Zelda. Like usually what they mean is like Mario or Zelda. That's when people say, "Oh man, we need it." It usually just means they need a new Mario or Zelda game. So they'll announce a new Mario or Zelda game. So something like they'll announce it. So it's gonna come. It's gonna come at some point. There'll be some announcement this year for Mario and Zelda. So that's essentially, as somebody who's been around for a very long time, I already know what that means. Like, man, they need more big games. We already have a bunch of games already announced. What they mean is, I need a Mario or Zelda game. That's what they actually mean. That's the translation of what they mean. Let's see here. Like Mario, Zelda, Smash Brothers. Mario, Zelda, Smash Brothers. Like something like that, right? Yeah, Mario, Zelda, Smash Brothers. So that's what they mean. They got so mad they refused to use American inventions like toothbrushes. Let's see here. Mario Tennis Fever will sell fine. Mario Tennis games don't sell that crazy. Aces sold 4.5 million on Switch 1. That's the best-selling Mario Tennis game. That's actually, yeah, that's really good. Because Mario sports games usually don't sell anything crazy. Yeah, Mario sports games. So, I mean, I see tennis, Mario Tennis Fever. I see it selling just okay at first. Like, I do think that some fans are kind of starved for something different. So I do think that it's going to have like a good, like, especially if it's fully featured and it's like there's good vibes behind it. I think that it's going to do better than maybe what some people expected, even though there's a $7 price tag, because we haven't had a big new Mario type game or anything with Mario. Like, we haven't had anything in a while. So I do think that people that maybe, you know, the Mario Kart players, the people that, you know, they didn't buy Prime 4, they didn't buy Age of Imprisonment, they didn't buy Kirby Air Riders, they might have been waiting for a while. You know, maybe the last game that they bought, like big first party game, was Pokemon Legends, right? So I think a lot of those people that bought, you know, that bought Mario Kart, Donkey Kong, and Pokemon Legends. There's some people that it's been a while since they bought anything when it comes to first party Nintendo. I think those people are kind of chomping at the bit for something, right? So okay, let me check out Mario Tennis. So yeah. Let's see here. I want a new Advance Wars, or at least a DS collection. That'd be nice. I'd like that too. I'm kind of nervous because I really want KH for Switch. Nothing to be nervous about. When they do KH for Switch, they'll do KH for Switch. You don't got to be nervous about it. Nothing to be nervous about. Let's see. Selling nearly 5 million units on a single system. I mean, well, it depends on like the franchise, right? Obviously, if it's like the next big Mario game, I mean, yeah, 5 million is low for Mario, like in today's day. But for like Mario Tennis, that's good. It's good. So yeah. Have you played any new games on PC or PS5 or just mostly Switch 2 right now? Mostly just Switch 2, although I have played Ninja Gaiden. I did start up Ninja Gaiden on my PS5 just to kind of check it out just at first. So but that came out last year, but I just started it up somewhat recently. But yeah, the last big PlayStation, I don't play PC. So the last big PlayStation 5 game that I played was Expedition 33. It was last year. 2014 though, I was playing my PS5 all year. I played Stellar Blade, I played Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, I played Astrobot, I played all sorts of stuff on my PS5 last year. I played Metaphor ReFantazio. I played all those games in 2024. 2025, I played Expedition 33. I played Atelier Ryza. I was playing PS5 a lot, but then once Switch 2 came out, Sony stopped kind of releasing games. Sony didn't really release a lot of big games last year. So I was playing Switch 2 games because everything that was coming out was Switch 2. Like we got Mario Kart, then we got Pokemon, then we got Donkey Kong, then we got Pokemon, then we got Kirby, then we got Metroid Prime 4, then we got, all the stuff that came out. We got Hyrule Warriors, we got Silk Song, we got Trails in the Sky, we got Hades 2. So there was just so many games that came out on Switch 2. I had to prioritize what I was gonna play. And fortunately, unlike Switch 1, with Switch 2, the quality of the third-party games were great. So I can play Silk Song in 120 FPS and good resolution on Switch 2. I can play Trails in the Sky in 60 FPS on Switch 2. On Switch 1, that's a 30 FPS game. I can play Hades 2 in good quality and all that. So there was no need for me to really play any of those third-party games on PlayStation 5 or PC because I can get the portability play on the Switch 2. I didn't get Ghost of Yotei just because I haven't beat Ghost of Tsushima yet, so I was like, maybe if I ever get back to Ghost of Tsushima, the PS5 version, I'll pick up that game. But there really wasn't much, and I don't like Death Stranding, so there really wasn't much for me to play on PS5 last year, all things considered, Oh, did I say 2014? Sorry, I meant 2024. My bad, 2024. My bad. So yeah, this tennis fever looks boring to me. It's also 70, so I'm gonna pass. Well, if you're not into the tennis games and it doesn't look good, then yeah, then pass. I was replaying Sonic because he was saying selling under 5 million. Mario Tennis Fever is a flop. I was replying to Sonic because he was saying selling under 5 million for Mario Tennis Fever is a flop. If that's the case, then like every single Sonic game ever is flopped because Sonic games will be lucky to get to even 5 million. So at least the modern Sonic games, a lot of them sell well under 5 million. So a lot of games, 99% of games don't sell 5 million copies or more. So if that's the case, then every game is a flop because most games don't sell 5 million. Let's see here. Justin with the $3 dono. Let's go.
Did you try Dynasty Warriors Origins, or are you waiting for a sale?
I got a review code from Koei Tecmo. So yeah, I did try. I did like the opening first act and then got like past the title screen, and then I saved it from there. So yeah, I did try it out. Yeah, it's good so far. Right now I'm kind of just waiting for Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest is kind of the game that I'm honing in on right now. Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined, so just kind of waiting for that game. Let's see here. So yeah, says I think Sonic games should be doing better. Are they all flop? No, I didn't ask you if they should be doing better, Sonic 101. I asked you if they're all flops, since a lot of them have sold under 5 million. So all the Sonic games that have sold under 5 million, which is the majority of Sonic games, most of them don't sell anywhere near 5 million. So are all of those games flops? I didn't say if they should be doing better. They're all flops, right? So let's just be fair here. Because you said Fever is a flop at 5 million. It's a flop. So all those Sonic games are flop. Right? Let's not be hypocritical here. Let's not change our standards. They're all flops, right? What's up? Yeah, you missed a little bit of an interesting discussion at the beginning. Thanks for the huge snowstorm here in NYC. Our job is closed for Monday, so 3 days off. FF7 remake. Hey, let's go. Do you still get paid though? Oh, you're in New York. Oh man, you must be going through a whirlwind of emotions right now, right? You guys got that. I don't want to, I don't want to get political, but you guys, I'm just gonna say this just because it relates to him being. You guys got that new mayor, and he's doing all sorts of stuff that's going on in New York, right? So, how you feeling about that? You feeling good, or you feeling good or bad on that one, Chrono Rig, so far? I think the fatigue that kept doing the tennis over and over be great if fans for the series, but I think casual players might be rinse and repeat with the with tennis. I don't know. I mean, what do you mean by casual players? What does that even mean? And like, what does that mean? You said rinse and repeat with tennis. I mean, sure, but it's a Mario Tennis game. It doesn't matter if it's tennis, basketball, whatever. All these sports games sell around the same, so it doesn't matter which one it is. But if you're talking about sports games, I mean, casuals love sports games. So Madden and sports games just in general sell great. Basketball sells great. FIFA, you just kick a ball around, so like that sells great too, or FC. So I'm not so sure about that one, Dane. Player says he's a great mayor so far. Okay, that's good. New mayor bad. Okay, I don't know, man. I'm seeing there's actually some stuff getting done. Like, it actually seems like stuff is actually getting done. So I don't know. We'll see though. I think time will tell. But since he works in NYC, so in terms of like a government job, right? So let's see here. So yeah. Never played a Mario Tennis game, but I like the Mario Tennis games. I've never played a Mario Tennis game, but I liked the Mario Tennis games. How did you like the Mario Tennis games when you never played it? Love Mario Golf on the Switch, but the 3DS one was better to me. Okay. The 3DS one. Last Mario Sports game was 3 years ago. The last tennis game was 8 years ago. Yeah. Mario Tennis Aces sold over 4.5 million in its lifetime, so if Fever sells close to it, I think Nintendo would be okay with it. I mean, Mario Tennis Fever took the whole generation to sell that much. Like, it didn't sell 4.5 million instantly, though. That was over the course of a long time period. So I think that they're just putting up the Sonic or the tennis game for it to be for it to sell. I don't know if they feel like it needs to do that well as the last one or not. I'm not really sure. I think they just put them out because they know it's going to do like a baseline. Okay, this game's probably going to sell at least like 1 million or 1.5 million. We're going to make our money back and then some on it. So I think that's how they kind of look at it. I don't think they kind of look at it like, oh, well, this one sold this much, so this one has to sell that much in order for it to be success or not. I think they look at it from a development and then like, what's the profit? What are we going to like, can we be profitable on it? Like, how much profit can we make? Like, it costs this much to make over this many years, and if we sell, our target is if we sell 1.5 million, we'll be very profitable. So I think it's more like that than, oh, well, let's compare it to 4.5 million, and then we got to go from there. I don't think that's how Nintendo does it. I don't think that's how, like, a lot of companies don't do it that way, because it's unpredictable in terms of, like, what people are going to buy at times. I mean, you have a baseline of what you think, but they probably plan it more like what I'm saying. Because I mean, I used to do project management, and we would have projects that we would do, and we would do really good on a certain project, but you don't always anticipate that you do as well as that. Now, once again, you factor it in, but you don't just say like, oh, it's going to do this, because over the course of time, a variable, right? We call them variables. You can factor in the variable of, oh, well, more people will buy a Switch 1 than they would a Switch 2. That's a variable. Or, oh, the game costs $10 more. That's another variable. Or, oh, people have less money in the economy. There's lots of variables. So backtracking to a game that's out for 8 years and saying, oh, let's hit that. That's usually the mark of a bad project manager. That's usually the mark of somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about and isn't good, and it's setting their team up for failure. What you need to tell your team is, hey, look, or if you're in management at Nintendo, is this is how much it costs to make the game. The game is gonna be in development for 2.5 years. It's gonna cost us $10 million. Okay, $10 million. It's gonna cost us. The game costs $70 now. If we sell a million copies, okay, that's 70 million in revenue. And then we gotta minus the cost, production fees, and all that. How much is left over? So if we sell this much, we feel comfortable with making, I don't know, 20 million in profit. So we should sell 1.7 million copies, and that will be considered a success. Now, anything extra, great, awesome, more money in our account. But that's how it's gonna look at from from a management standpoint. Because like I said, I did that. You don't track it towards what did good for a course of a whole thing. Like that's probably not what you should do. And I don't think Nintendo does that either. But they do have certain sales goals and certain things that they want to hit. But I don't think Mario Tennis is one of those that they're looking at it in that type of way. So yeah. But yes, I think they definitely look at it and say, hey, it's sold better now. You know, like it sold 4.5 million. So to your point, Jorge, like I think that they're like, oh, it sold 4.5 million, so we know we have like a basis to work from. You know. See, there's literally nothing getting done. Same BS. I don't know. Alien Weaponry seems like stuff's getting done. Seems like stuff's getting done. But I mean, it just started, so I think definitely some time would be good as well. So I think it just started though, but it definitely seems like some stuff is getting done. I mean, I wish they. Considering how much I pay for childcare, bro, I wish somebody came in and swooped in and said, "Yo, you." I wish somebody came and swooped and said, "Yo, OJ, man, you know, you can get some free childcare, bro, because these childcare costs are." Whew. Oh man. You see, once you fix costs, pay them, and then you have to worry about the variable cost too, and then what becomes a real benchmark for profit. Yeah. Exactly. Castlevania music's always great. This is Super Castlevania 4 OST theme of Simon Belmont. Shout out to Jimmy Fernandez, 17 years ago, uploading this video. 17 years ago. He hasn't released a new video though in 7 years. So I can understand the 70 price point being a concern, but I don't believe in the fatigue argument. We're pretty much getting Mario Tennis game each gen with the exception of the DS. Yeah, like I just think that, like I said, it's a variable. It's a variable. Like you have to, as a project manager, as like management, you need to factor in all variables when it comes down to it. You know, Call of Duty and FIFA release annually, and people don't care. If a Mario Tennis game comes around once per decade, how would anybody be fatigued? I guess they're talking about fatigued from just $70 like boom, like back to back to back. I mean, if you talk about Mario Kart, 80, 70, 70, 70, 70, like, and I think that's what they're talking about. And if you're just talking about just Mario Tennis by itself, then yeah, I mean, nobody's fatigued. The last one came out 7-8 years ago, you know, so not fatigued from that. People really think having both parents is good for civilization. Yeah, I mean, that's probably good, right? If you, I mean, listen, not everybody gets to have both parents growing up. Sometimes things happen, and I'm sorry for those who weren't able to, but yeah, you know, that's definitely good if you have both parents. Like, raising a kid, I mean, I think that's a good idea. I personally think that's a good idea, yeah. I think it's a good idea. I could definitely see Switch 2 commercial at the Super Bowl. They could reuse the Madden ad. Super Bowl commercials are very expensive. I don't know if Nintendo's gonna do a Super Bowl commercial this year. I mean, they might, but they've only done one from what they've done two if you count the Pokemon, but the Pokemon company did the Super Bowl commercial, but there's only been 2 times that I can count. I think 2016 and 2017, or 2014 and 20... The Pokemon one, I think, was before the Switch 1 ad one, so... My tennis fatigue is I want Mario Baseball soon. There you go. Oh, sorry, Go. I think you already asked this question. Let me answer it. You think Ace Combat 8 is coming to Switch 2? When are we going to do Mario Kart World Teams Knockout Challenge? Okay. Good questions on both those. We have a marathon stream that's coming up, so when we do the marathon stream, I'll definitely let you guys know ahead of time for that. When it comes to Ace Combat, I don't know. I don't follow the Ace Combat series very closely, so I don't know what they're looking at for that, you know? Excuse me. Also, I want to also say Noah and Mio in the house. Sorry, guys. I forgot to play. We did pass the 60. Although... I was waiting for that, guys. A slash through, baby. I do have to stop streaming in like a bit just because I have some stuff that I got to do. So I can't extend it all the way. But yeah, we're going to be doing something very soon. We're going to be doing something very soon on that one. Nighthawk with the $2 says, "Hey OJ, you play the Ease games? If so, are they good?" Yeah. I've played Ease 8 Lacrimosa of Dana. I think that game's good. Yeah, Ease is good. And then like the Ease 10 Proud Nordics, I'm gonna play that. That looks good too. Apparently that's gonna run at 120 FPS on the Switch too. So good, right? Let's see here. Superpower Man says, people just project their own subjective thoughts as educated opinions on sales market, especially when they don't want something. They do no research before making statements. Superpower Man, that is correct. I mean, you've said a lot of correct things in this stream. That might be the most correct thing that you've ever said in this stream. Like the most, yeah, that is a lot of people do just project their own subjective thoughts on things just because they might not want something, so then they project it out to everyone. And I think that's the reason why people said like the Switch 1 wasn't going to do well. That's the reason why people said the 3DS wasn't going to do well. It's the reason why people said every single Nintendo system's not going to do well. The Wii wasn't going to do well, and the Switch 2's not going to do well, and all sorts of stuff. I mean, they just project their own thoughts out, you know? They don't necessarily do any research or say, hey, what did this do, or what would be successful or not. They just kind of say, oh, well, I think this, you know? So yeah, that's true. People do that. Let's see. I want NBA Street Volume 2 Remaster. Ooh, that'd be nice. I'd like that too. Shoutouts Nighthawk. Thank you for the 2 though, man. I appreciate it. Seriously. They do a lot. They will do a Super Mario Galaxy SB commercial. You think they're gonna advertise a Super Mario? That would be, ooh, that'd be interesting for sure if they did. That'd be nice. I would like that. Super Bowl commercials are good. They're usually really good. People bring out their A game for the Super Bowl, so yeah. Is there going to be a physical Switch 2 release of Mario Wonder? Yeah, they already announced that, Alcove. It's already been confirmed, announced. If you watch the overview trailer, they show you at the very end of the trailer that there's a physical edition of the game. And you can pre-order it, I think, too, as well. So yeah, that's already been confirmed and shown off. Just like all Switch 2 editions, every single Nintendo Switch 2 edition of a game has a physical one, like a cartridge-based one. Every single one so far. So at least every single one that Nintendo has done that. So yeah, not a good analogy, but hey, a broken clock is right once a day. Oh yeah, once a day. Oh man, isn't it twice a day, not once a day? I think it's twice a day. I can see your comments, man. What's good, man? Welcome. How you doing today? Shout outs, guys. Shout outs, Mr. Davis. Does Nintendo only make sports games when the sport is popular in Japan? Can't see a Mario football game coming. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna make a Mario football game. I don't see them doing a Mario football game. Even if football was popular in Japan, I'm not sure if they do a Mario football game. Like basketball is popular in Japan, but it's not like super popular. They did the Mario 3-on-3 game, but they haven't made like an individual Mario basketball game. But I think that they make the sports that are easiest to make into a game. And tennis is easier. Baseball's harder. I think that's the reason why Slugger's like baseball's harder to do, but soccer's easy, tennis is easy, you know, and golf, tennis, and soccer are easy and simple. I don't know how popular golf is in Japan either. I don't know how popular that sport is. But I think they just do the ones that are easier to actually make. Football's complicated. And so is baseball. And so is basketball. So I think they stay away from those. But that's just my theory. I don't know that for sure or anything like that, you know. I would like to see Mario dunk. All you got to do is buy NBA Street Volume 3. And Mario's in that game and he can dunk. So, I mean, if you want to see Mario dunk, he can do it. He's Jumpman. So, I mean, that's a real thing. Or just Mario Hoops 3-on-3. He also dunks in that game. That's a DS game. But, like I said, you can see him dunk in NBA Street Volume 3. He's an official character on the GameCube version of the game. So, yeah, the Mario Hoops, the Mario 3-on-3, they did that game. They did the 3-on-3 game. The DS game. And then they've never done anything since then. It would be 5-on-5 or something for football if they ever did it. I think NFL Street is... What is NFL? I think NFL Street is 7-on-7. For those who don't play football, or if you haven't played football, like 7-on-7 is a thing that NFL players do in practice all the time, or that people do in practice. Like they'll call it 7-on-7, and that makes the game simpler. But yeah, like it's possible that they do like a 7-on-7. Receiver, 2 running backs right there. That's 4. Quarterback, that's 5, and maybe a couple linemen. So yeah, I mean, because like you want to have defensive and offensive line play to a degree, unless you just want to do like passing league, or something like that. But you need some type of lineman. So I'm guessing, yeah, 2 receivers, maybe one running back, 2 receivers. That's 3 plus the quarterback. That's 4. And then, like I said, yeah, you need at least 2 linemen. So maybe 6 on 6. I mean, that'd be like, to me, like the bare minimum that you could do. 5. Yeah, you need a pass rush because otherwise people just have all day to throw the ball. So, I mean, I would think that you need at least 2 linemen, maybe 3. So probably like 8-on-8. That'd probably be like the best thing would be like 8-on-8. But once again, that's complex. See, like it's just hard even just thinking about what you want to do, But I think NFL Street is 7-on-7. So I forgot though, to be honest. But I like NFL Street. Mario Boxing. Let's see here. Hey OJ, hope you're having a great day waiting on this ice storm to come through the Carolinas. I might be playing Plenty of Trails in the Sky. Hey, there you go. Bowser solo game. Maybe one of these days. I think Mario Basketball or Mario Baseball would be nice to change the pace for sure. But the Nintendo, they want but it's on Nintendo. Yeah, it'd be nice. I mean, I'm not a big baseball fan though. So I don't know how excited I'd be for that. Basketball, football I'd be the one that I'm like, okay, I want to play. Like I'd like to play one with football, because I like football, so American football. So yeah, that'd be the one that I would like. So I think it'd be fun. Like if it can make it like NFL Street, that'd be dope. You were not timed out. You were not timed out. I asked you to bet $50 on the what's it called, on the if we're gonna get an emulation for the Switch 2 soon. I said bet $100. So, and then you disappeared. I don't think anybody timed you out. I didn't see anybody time you out, at least. I would have seen it, but no, I said bet 100 because you said there's gonna be Switch 2 emulation soon. So I said let's bet 100 on it. So yeah, if you want to bet, that's cool. We can still do that bet through a year from now. 50 through a year from now. 50. No, you said soon. I want to see it this year. You said soon. No one timed you out though. Let's do. You said soon. 100. So soon as in the next couple of months. So drop. Okay. So if next couple of months, because you said soon. So the next couple of months, or we could even go up to a half year. And you mean full hack, full emulation, and full hack of the system, right? Like Switch 1 was. You mean the full shebang. Not, oh, we can get a game running at 5 frames per second. We mean like you can download, you can play games, and it's just like it is with Switch 1. You mean that, right? 100? If you're serious, drop the 50 right now. If you're serious, drop the 50 right now, and then we can do it. And that's why I said it in this year. So I mean this year. If you want to say just this year, it's gonna happen this year. Full hack, full emulation. You get everything. Everything you can play, no problem whatsoever. Full hack, full emulation, just like Switch 1. So if you want to do that, if you want to do it, I'll do it for this year. So if it's not December 31st, last day. Give me 1 second, guys. What's up? Okay. All right. So drop the 50 right now. I gotta wrap this stream up, but I'll give Jeremy a couple minutes. If you want to take the bet, I'll take that bet this year. It's gonna happen this year. Drop 50 and we'll go. We'll do it. So, but you gotta drop the 50 because I'm the streamer. You know where I'm at. I don't know where you're at. You're a blank avatar that shows up randomly. So you gotta drop 50. If you're serious, you drop the 50 right now. It'll happen this year. It's gotta happen this year. This year, it's got to happen. So, how do you send it? At the top. At the top of the and like I said, it's got to be full hack, full emulation, just like Switch 1, so we can be specifics here. It can't just be somebody figured out something and you can get a game running at 2 frames per second. It's got to be a full thing. Nah, it can't be super chat because, well, it can be super chat, but if you want it to be super chat, you got to add an extra on top of that because super chat, YouTube takes 30% of the super chat. So the bet's going to be for less if you do through super chat because super chat, they take 30%. So if you wanted to do it through super chat, you got to add a little bit more if you want to do it through super chat. So the exact bet is this. Before you do it though, here's the exact bet. By the end of this year, Switch 2 will be fully hacked to where you can easily download, play games, and there's no problem whatsoever. No partial, no, some games work, or there's some type of weird thing. I'm talking like a full emulation and hack to where people are downloading and playing Switch 2 games, no problem on PCs, handheld PCs, and all of that. That's what I'm talking about. We got to make this as specific as possible. So it's a full emulation, full hack, like Switch 1 was. So, and it's got to be by the end of the year, by the end of this year. So yeah, if you're down with that, then I'm down. Like I said, drop the amount. If it's super chat, you got to drop not 50. You're going to have to drop probably about, because if it's a $100 bet, they take 30. So that's 70. So you're going to have to drop 80. If you want to do like that, drop 80. And then we'll do that for you.
Valuable items.
I mean full hack with all games and everything. I meant full hack with all games. Everything's running just like Switch 1 because it's really convenient and easy for Switch 1, right? You can just download shaders. It's no problem. Anything like that, right? I don't mean, like I said, weird things where it's just one game, or I mean full emulation, full hack, all games work just like that, where it's simple and it's easy to download and play. Because that's what you're saying, that was going to happen very soon. So that's what I mean. And yeah, it can be, like I said, emulators, PC, whatever the case is. Yo, Steak, thank you for the membership. But here's the thing though, Jeremy, I've got to end the stream. So like I said, here's the thing. I'll let you sit on that, okay? And come back to the next stream. And like I said, we'll iron out all the details. Or you can email me. We can email back and forth and we'll iron out every single detail. Shout outs to Steak. Thank you for the gifted membership, man. I appreciate that. We'll iron out every single detail because I've got to go and I know that we still need to get the specifics. So we can write it down in paper and we can tinker with it, right? You like tinkering. So we can tinker with it. So we'll do that. Legend ZA is a Switch 1 game. Metroid Prime 4 is a Switch 1 game. So those are Switch 1 games. Those are not Switch 2 games. Switch 1's already been hacked for a long time. So that doesn't matter. You're super chatting right now. Okay, super chat to 80. Let's go. But like I said, full emulation, full hack with all games, no problems whatsoever. Runs great. Everything's fine. That's what I mean for Switch 2 games this year. I'll give you another minute to get that in. He hyped for almost an hour and now he wants a year. But he thinks he's let's see here. Well, like I said, listen, if you lose, then you lose. You know, if you win, then you win. I don't think you're gonna win, but if you win, hey, look, if Nintendo somehow gets hacked this year where every game is running flawlessly, no problem whatsoever, you deserve the money, brother. You deserve it. Oh my gosh. How long did it take for Switch 1 to be hacked? Switch 1 was hacked nearly instantly. But Switch 2, it's been 7 months and there's been nothing. I mean Switch 2 games as well. Like I said, Switch 2, not Switch 1 games running on Switch 2. Not that, because he's talking about Legend ZA and Metro. You're playing the Switch 1 version. That's a Switch 1 game. I'm talking about actual Switch 2 games, full, like, you know, Mario Kart World, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, Fire Emblem, these games. Switch 1 had a hardware fault, which made it hacked within the first year. It was hacked like almost like day 1. He's gonna hide after the stream like he did a while ago. Well, if he drops money, then he's not gonna hide. That's why I say give me bet half of it now. So if you bet half of it, there's nowhere to, you're invested, so you're not gonna hide because you're gonna want your money back and then the money that you won. So that's why I always tell people, well, if you want to bet, you got to drop half of it now. And I'm not going anywhere, you know. So that's why, like, and so if somebody talks up and then runs away after they already gave me the money, then that's fine, you know. All right, guys, but I've got to go. Jeremy, we will, like I said, you can drop the money anytime that you want. Let me know. I want to say thank you to everybody that came out to today's stream. You guys are awesome. And yeah, we will see you guys for the next one. Check out my most recent video on the channel. I did a video where I talked about Metroid Prime 4 sales and other things. Mario Galaxy Direct, the movie Direct. So yeah. So we can do that. So. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Shout outs to everybody here. Big love to Nighthawk, Justin, Anonymous, everybody that dropped donos, Big Joe. Shout outs, man. Appreciate you guys. Love y'all so much. And yeah, he's not going to drop the money. But once again, he can drop the money anytime that he wants. He can come back next time. He'll drop the money. I don't think he's going to, but whatever. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching.